Hey y'all, and welcome back to the party. It's your girl, BrittReacts, and today we are reacting to Buying Rhymes with Seed Used to Be Insane for Tom Segura. By Tom Segura, of course. Let's see what he has to say.
But we as a nation, we have been traumatized by these horrific laws and people being imprisoned for having weed, and it highlights the absurdity of not only it having been illegal and so crazy for so many years, but also highlights how the next generation will not believe our stories about it at all.
Right.
There's a 0% chance they will understand what we're talking about. It'd be like trying to tell a kid now, like, hey, you know, pigeons used to deliver messages to people. They'd be like, the fuck are you saying right now? It'll be the same thing. I'm gonna sit my son down one day and be like, you know, when I was your age, to get weed, I almost died.
This is so true. Like my 8-year-old, it's gonna be legal everywhere by the time she becomes an adult. Like, and her kids, it'll be a mythical, magical time when it was like, you go to jail, everybody go to jail.
And he'll be like, why? Was 7-Eleven on fire or something? They didn't sell it at 7-Eleven. Daddy used to get in cars with strangers. Where are we going? Chill out, all right. And 3-hour round trips to buy weed. And if you're like, oh, what kind of weight were you moving? $20 worth of marijuana. That kind of major shit. I bought weed from a dude in a standalone trailer one time. Not a trailer park, a solo trailer. The most terrifying housing situation that exists. Like other trailer people were like, get the fuck out of here. They kick him out.
That's so funny. I don't know if I've ever just seen a trailer. He's right. Like, just stand alone? I don't know, buddy. Run.
Situation that exists. Like where other trailer people were like, get the fuck out of here. They kick him out. I just walk up to that shit, 15. And this dude's like, you trying to get a sack? I was like, oh shit, yeah. He goes, we could go do that. I was like, all right, cool. And
We can go
just need
do
to
that.
Go get it. I was like, you don't fucking have it? Isn't that your sole responsibility? So I tried to play cool. I was like, all right, let's go get it. He goes, I'll go get it. You stay here and watch my place. And I was like,
What if he was like, you stay here and watch my kids? Because I feel like that's a true story.
you stay here and watch my place. And I was like, okay. And he goes, there's a 357 and a shotgun on my bed. Anybody comes in here, blast them. Inside,
We made the same face.
paralysis. But what I said was, that's what's up. Like, yeah, man. And then he stopped at the door and he goes, but don't shoot my mom. I go, can we get a description before we agree to terms? How about a height and weight on old mom? Not everybody agrees on weed. That's fine. I don't care. Like my parents, you know, we don't agree. They're not cool with weed. I don't care. They're old. I still love them. My dad's a Vietnam vet. You know, some of them are cool with weed. Some of them.
Tom, I recently watched Tom's interview. I think he was talking to Joe Rogan about his dad being a Vietnam vet. And it just opened up, like, his dad's reasoning for me a little bit more. Like, before I just be like, what do you, these stories are so out there. But, like, now I really understand, like, his dad a lot more now that he said that. Like, I'm so glad I know that information.
Some are not. Some of them don't want to talk about Vietnam. My dad does. Some vets are like, I don't want to talk about it. And my dad's like, what do you want to know? Here's what I wanted to know when I was a kid. It's terrible to ask a stranger this, but it was my own father. And, you know, I'd seen a lot of movies, so I'm like, you're in the war. Did you kill anybody? The first time I asked him that, he goes, no, I didn't. I go, all right, okay. A few years later, I asked him again, did you ever kill anybody? He goes, it wasn't like that. I was a lieutenant.
It wasn't like that.
It didn't work like that. I said, okay. And then a few years later, I asked him again. I go, did you ever kill anybody? And he goes, I threw grenades into bunkers.
What was it like the older he got, the more comfortable he felt, like divulging the truth?
I go, were there people in there? He goes, there were. Yeah. Just little pieces by the time I got in there.
That's
And then last year I go,
so
"You ever kill
terrible."
anybody?" He goes, there's no better feeling than killing the enemy. Whoa.
yeah, he just let loose. The older he got.
I can remember the first time we ever talked about weed because it was Christmas Day. That's why it stood out. I was 12 years old. I think my sister brought it up. She was like, I want to smoke weed. And
Is that how your sister talks, Tom?
my dad goes, you want to know what I think of marijuana? And I was genuinely curious. I go, what, Dad? He goes, I was at a party one time, and somebody pulled out a marijuana cigarette. And I said, I'm out of here. And I was like, cool story, nerd. You got any other ones?
I'm out of
He goes,
here.
well, yeah, one time I was in Vietnam, and some Viet Cong tried to sell my Marines marijuana. So I found him, and I picked him up by his throat, and I threw him on the ground, and I put my M16 in his face, and I said, if you ever come here again, I'll fucking kill you.
Oh my gosh.
Do you have any stories in between those two stories? Jesus, it's Christmas.
I had to prepare my, I was about to say marijuana cloth. My concealer catcher. Tom's dad makes me laugh. I can just visualize him by the way that Tom talks about him. Like, he literally is 0 to 100. It's like he just said, like, do you have any in-between stories? We went from that to this. 0 to 100.
In between those two stories? Jesus, it's Christmas, bro. God damn. 2 years after that, there was a woodpecker fucking up our house. This will all make sense. And woodpeckers can really damage your house. I remember my dad paid a guy $500 to patch up that part of the house. A month later, the woodpecker returned. This time, my dad did not call the guy. He woke me up, his teenage son, on a Saturday morning. Picture you're dead asleep, and my dad whispering in your ear with his potent dad breath. He just whispers in my ear, dead asleep. He goes, I need you to shoot a bird.
That just like, I just had like a that's so Raven moment with the potent dad breath. My mom used to like lick her, and I was just messing with my eye because I had something in my eye. If I ever had like an eye crispy or an eye booger, my mom would lick her thumb and like put it in the corner of my eye to get it out. And I till this day can still smell like the breath. Trauma.
He just whispers in my ear, dead asleep. He goes, I need you to shoot a bird. I just go, I don't do that.
I don't do that.
And he goes, figure it out. So I said, okay, Lieutenant. And I got an air rifle. I shot the woodpecker. I remember I shot it mid-peck, so it was going like, landed in front of me, so much bigger up close, really big, red feathers, distinct features. I was blown away. I bagged it up, I threw it away.
I've never
and
seen
I
a
went over to my
woodpecker in real
girlfriend's
life.
house. I started telling her family about it over lunch. I should mention, at the time, my girlfriend's family ran a wildlife conservation center. So I didn't know my audience, but I heard a few forks drop, and I look up, and her dad goes, oh my God, you killed a long-billed woodpecker.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I've never seen a woodpecker in life, but I do understand that, like, it's like a hummingbird in a way. Like, when you see them, it's like a mythical, magical thing. Lord, don't tell me he, like, made the whole species go extinct.
I look up, and her dad goes, oh my God, you killed a long-billed woodpecker. That's an endangered species.
I was right.
I go, oh. I said, my dad made me do it. And he goes, how does that make you feel, knowing that you did that? And I said, there's no better feeling than killing the enemy. It was fucking awesome. I loved it. Those birds are extinct now. I did that shit. I don't give a fuck. I'm crazy. So.
I love that man. I love that man so much. He's so funny to me. And his dad is probably so much of the reason why he is this comic genius. Anyway, go have the day you deserve. Peace.